This week's Experience Delaware takes a look at an artist who creates drawings with the scratch of a pen and a dip into the inkwell, one line at a time. For this artist, inspiration often starts with a walk in the woods.
If you find a stand of wood, it can be right next to your home, but it could be 100 miles away. You realize how much life there is mixed among the grasses and in the mud. I like to pick up the things that people do miss in their just regular stride as they go. Things that people don't really look at too closely, like underneath the ferns to find the snakes, or you know, or the turtles resting on a log. They're hard to sneak up on. I'm doing things in a very old-fashioned way. I'm using inkwells and the old-fashioned surface tension kind of pen tips. What did pull me into the style that you see now is the fact that I suffer from depression. And I really hit a bottom at one point in my life, and pen and ink became therapy for me. So that I was now focused on something that was beautiful and colorful and positive. The blue jay feather picture and the ginkgo leaves, the ginkgo tree is right down the street here in Middletown. I was walking home one day and there were these beautiful leaves laying on the ground, so being the person I am, I collected them and took them home. In this picture, I named it Delaware because, to me, that's when I think some of the most beautiful things I've seen in Delaware, this encapsulates it. This is a red-winged blackbird, and they hang on the reeds in the plant life out there in the marsh. I always see these beautiful pink flowers, and they reminded me a lot of Rose of Sharon. And I began to do some research, and I found out that they're called swamp rose mallow. A long time ago, in colonial times, they would actually pick these flowers and boil them down, and they make a sweet syrup. And that's where the flavor of marshmallow comes from. These are swamp rose mallows and marshmallows. This is the fun thing, too, about being a nature artist. I see things in the woods, or I see things in the marsh, and I don't know what they are.
What the heck is this? It looks organic, doesn't it?
So I go home and I start researching. I just feel so gifted to discover that the things that I find really beautiful and the things that I find meaningful to me, when I'm true to that and I ink these things, it was so wonderful to find out that it resonated in other people.
And Ramona Maziarz spends the summer and fall taking long walks to gather materials, and now, like the animals she sketches, she'll retreat for winter with her pen and ink.